The night of my 18th birthday should have been a quiet victory. A solitary toast to freedom in my cramped barracks room at Fort Bragg. String lights twinkled from the commissary. A single cupcake with a flickering candle casting shadows on the peeling wallpaper. I'd enlisted to escape. To build something unbreakable from the ruins of my childhood. But at 11:52 p.m., the door rattled like thunder. And I knew the past had hunted me down. The lock splintered under a heavy boot. And there he was, Robert Hayes, the man who'd married my mother and turned our lives into a suffocating trap. His eyes burned with that familiar mix of rage and possession. His mechanic's hands balled into fists that had left invisible scars for years. And trailing behind him, like a ghost too weak to flee, was my biological father, David. No words from him. Just that hollow stare. Stepping aside as Robert lunged. That silence, it cut deeper than any blow. It was the final fracture, turning my quiet resolve into a smoldering vow. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was going to dismantle everything he'd built, piece by painful piece, no matter the cost to my soul. The assault was swift, brutal in its precision. Robert's voice slurred from bourbon, echoing off the thin walls. You think you can just vanish? Emily? Leave your mother broken like that? I dodged his first swing. My basic training kicking in: pivot, counter, create distance. But he was a wall of muscle from years wrenching engines in his auto shop. And my frame, honed but still young, couldn't match his raw force. Dad, I gasped, locking eyes with David in the doorway, the fluorescent hall light carving harsh lines on his face. Help me, please. He shifted, glanced at his worn boots, and did nothing. Just nothing. Robert's grip clamped my arm like a vice, slamming me against the wall. His breath hot and sour. You're coming home. Your mother's a mess without you. We all are. Lies. All of it. Mom hadn't begged me to stay. She'd whispered relief when I left for boot camp, her eyes flickering with a spark I'd thought long extinguished. But Robert rewrote truths like he tuned cars smooth, efficient, leaving no trace of the original. I twisted free, grabbing a lamp as a makeshift weapon. But Robert snatched a photo from my shelf, me and Mom at a rare happy picnic, and shattered it against the floor. Glass exploded like shattered dreams, crunching under his boots. Ungrateful bitch, he snarled, checking himself as he remembered David watching. Appearances mattered to Robert. He was the pillar of our small town in rural Pennsylvania. The successful shop owner who sponsored Little League teams and volunteered at church barbecues. But here, in this stolen moment, his mask slipped. 6 years I've given you everything: roof, food, guidance, and this is how you repay me? Running off to play hero. My voice found steel. You didn't give. You took. Isolated her. Controlled every penny. Every breath. But not me. Not anymore. His face twisted, veins bulging. But footsteps echoed from the hall. My bunkmate, Specialist Ramirez, poked her head in, her hand hovering near her phone. Thompson? You good? Robert straightened, charm snapping into place like a seatbelt. Family matter. We're leaving. But Ramirez stepped between us, her eyes sharp. Doesn't sound like it. Robert's jaw tightened. He hated witnesses, especially ones in uniform. This isn't done. Emily, he muttered, low enough for only me. Then he stormed out, David shuffling after like a defeated shadow. I stood amid the debris, heart pounding, realizing freedom wasn't a birthday gift. It was a battlefield. And that betrayal from David? It forged something cold and unyielding in me. I wasn't fleeing anymore. I was arming for the fight. Growing up in Willow Creek, Pennsylvania, life had seemed like a postcard, our modest ranch house with its chain-link fence. Mom tending her vegetable patch while Dad tinkered with old radios in the garage. Sarah Thompson, my mom, worked as a nurse at the local clinic. Her shifts filled with stories of mending broken bones and soothing scared kids. David, my father, was an electrician at the power plant, always teaching me how circuits worked, how to fix what sparked and failed. We were the envy of neighborhood block parties. Until I was 10 and the plant layoffs hit. Dad took odd jobs. Mom worked doubles. And their whispers turned to arguments after bedtime. The garden wilted, the garage projects gathered dust. By 11, divorce papers severed it all. Dad vanished to a dingy apartment across town. And Mom shattered, crying into her scrubs for months. I bounced between worlds, learning early that love could fracture like brittle wire. Then Robert Hayes appeared, toolbox in hand, hired to fix our faulty wiring. Broad-shouldered, with salt and pepper hair and a disarming grin. He made Mom smile for the first time since the split. Just helping out, she'd say as he lingered. Upgrading outlets, painting walls, refusing pay but staying for pot roast. Within a year, they wed at the county courthouse. I wore a blue sundress Mom chose, forcing a smile as Robert vowed to protect his ladies. The erosion started subtle, like rust creeping on metal. Robert suggested Mom cut back on overtime. I make plenty at the shop, let me provide. Then, nursing's wearing you down, wouldn't a break feel good? Focus on us. Mom pushed back at first, it's my calling. Robert, I help people. But he squeezed her hand. Voice soft but firm, your calling is here. With me. With Emily. The rest is just a paycheck. 2 years later, Mom quit. Her scrubs folded away. Clinic friends stopped calling after Robert screened their visits, claiming she was too occupied. My Aunt Clara was persona non grata after questioning why Mom needed Robert's okay for a coffee run. She's just envious, he'd say, eyes narrowing. Can't handle our happiness. I watched Mom dim, her vibrant spirit caged in beige outfits he selected. Meals he dictated steak and greens. No frills. She spoke only when his nod allowed. Her confidence stripped wire by wire. Money became his ultimate tool. He merged accounts for efficiency, removed Mom's name from the car title to save on insurance, canceled her cards to build our nest egg. When she needed supplies for my school project, he'd count out exact cash, $40. Receipts. Please. Her cheeks burned. But she nodded. He's securing us, she'd whisper later, eyes downcast. Your dad never managed that. But security felt like shackles. By 14, I saw the trap, no job, no funds, no network. Robert had sealed every escape, all while polishing his image as the doting provider. At town events, he was Mr. Hayes, shaking hands, boasting about my straight A's. At home, he monitored my texts, demanded itineraries, protecting you, kid. Worlds full of wolves. The hypocrisy gnawed, he was the wolf. College dreams? Squashed. Waste of cash, you'll marry well. Like your mom. Look what her degree got her, debt and divorce. Mom rinsed dishes silently, her back rigid, offering no defense. That night, staring at the ceiling, I realized fairy tales were illusions. Real monsters hid in plain sight, wearing wedding bands and tool belts. I needed out. And maybe, just maybe, I could pull Mom free too. The police academy flyer at school sparked hope, serve and protect. Independence. Training. A salary, escape wrapped in a badge. But Robert tightened his grip at 15. Permissions for everything. Where? Who? When? My friend Mia stopped inviting me after he grilled her parents. My study buddy Alex got labeled trouble. After a library session, boys your age want one thing. Mom murmured. He's a good student, but Robert's glare silenced her, questioning me. Sarah? No. Of course not. It became her mantra, eroding her further. He tracked our phones for safety, portioned meals to keep us fit, pinching Mom's side with a smirk. Gotta stay appealing. Right? Then the pension raid, Mom's nursing retirement cashed out. Invested in his shop via forged signatures. Our money's growing now, he claimed when confronted. Her spark flared. Show me the books. His face darkened. You don't trust me? After I slave away. She begged forgiveness for days, groveling like a stranger. I started recording hidden voice memos. Photos of her fading vitality, knowing emotional scars needed proof against his polished facade. Junior year cracked me open. A secret scholarship app to Penn State arrived. But Robert intercepted it. No way. Unsupervised? Think I'm dumb. It's for my future, I pleaded. Mom whispered. Maybe community college? He shut her down. New rules. No extracurriculars. Supervised calls. Laptop confiscated. Freedom breeds mistakes. Look at your mom's first marriage. I went compliant. A ghost daughter. Agreeing to survive. But inside, fury simmered. The academy recruiter visited during a free period I faked. Enlist after graduation. Full independence. I signed using school mail. Plotting in shadows. Robert smelled something. Though. Months of perfection. Then 2 weeks pre-graduation. He cleaned my room. Finding papers. At the table. Mom wept as he tore them, abandoning us like your deadbeat dad. I'm serving, I countered. He laughed, running. Coward. Mom begged peace. But Robert revealed his ace. Tell her about your condition. Sarah. Anxiety. Depression. Suicidal thoughts. Prescribed by his buddy doc. Building a narrative of fragility. She'd crumble without you. Pills rattled as evidence. Mom's hand trembled. I need you here. The trap snapped shut. Graduation loomed like judgment. I crossed the stage. Diploma in hand. Spotting Robert's arm around Mom's shrinking form. That night, his toast, family forever. At 3 a.m., I slipped out with $80 hidden. Note to Mom, I'll return for you. Recruiter picked me up blocks away. Boot camp broke and rebuilt me. But Mom's cryptic texts haunted, rainy days for isolation. Leaky pipes for escalation. A Christmas pic showed arm bruises, finger marks. Leave approved. I returned stealthily, gathering affidavits from Mom's old colleagues. Aunt Clara's banishment tales. Surveillance revealed cameras. Locks, a fortress. Frank's breakdown gave a window. I confronted Mom. Come now. She revealed nightly inspections, bruises mapping abuse. Only if he's gone, prison or dead. Hiding in the basement as he interrogated her. I escaped, vowing legal war. Sarah's words fueled me. Prison it was. But Robert struck first, a suicide call. Mom hospitalized. Therapeutic levels. Not overdose, administered. As proxy. He blocked visits. Allies emerged, a doc questioning ethics. Aunt Clara's plea ignored by cops. Sarah tailed Robert to a bar meet with his doc. Keep her manageable, debt zone you. Illicit recording. But leverage. Confronted. The doc flipped. Recommending independent eval. Mom whispered. He drugged my tea. Storage unit raid uncovered hidden docs. For $100,000 insurance on her. Mom wavered. He'll twist it. Another chance alone. She stared at a knife. Can't stop him. Robert returned early. I fled to prep with recordings ready. Defeat back at base. But regrouped. Mom's frantic call. Robert en route. Armed. Raging over exposure. We evaded. Hid with my sergeant. Who reviewed evidence. Texts escalated. Feigned concern masking threats. MPs escorted him off. But Mom arrived at Clara's overdosed, drugged pre-departure for alibi. Toxicology confirmed, protective order filed. Robert vanished, smearing me via adult services. Hospital pick threat, peaceful, shame if it ends. We race back, Dad called, Robert ranted. Gun in hand. House standoff, stage scene. Altered records. Troubled daughter attacks. Live stream captured his lunge, I disarmed. Cops cuffed him mid-flight. Trial dragged, Mom testified. Exposing forgeries. Policies. Overdoses. Stream sealed his confession. 20 years. Mom reclaimed Sarah Webb. Therapy mending her. She nursed again. Garden freely. Promotion came. But true win was her laugh. Her independence. Pain to power, not vengeance's glory. But its quiet toll, scars lingering. Trust fractured. Yet we soared. Free from his cage. Living as the ultimate rebuke.